come over here, ladies, please. I'm not going to do both arms. We only have budget enough to shoot one arm. Okay, so I'm just going to start like this. If you look at the bicep, you studied bicep, triceps, right in between, there's a groove. Yep, that's where you want to go. And you come dangerously close to where just a few rare people are ticklish.
Yes, just a few of us.
And again, you want to position yourself so you're just sinking in right into that groove. And again, you don't want to over compress, just sink in. And right into the soft portion of the arm. This one is in line with the little finger, so it actually starts just in the armpit, comes in between the bicep and the tricep, and on the soft portion of the forearm, in line with the little finger.
Which meridian is that?
This is the heart meridian. Or for our audience south of the border, el corazón. And up onto the hand and out the little finger. That's the heart meridian. Lovely. Okay. Another one of this is the pericardium meridian. And the pericardium meridian starts on the side of the pec major. See the contour of the pec major here?
Empieza al lado.
Ah. Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, 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 ay.
Again?
Mi novia es mexicana.
Again, how do you say?
Al lado. This to the side.
Al lado. Al lado de pectorino. So here, and then it comes, this one is in between. There are a lot of the meridians. You know, you think about meridians as water, because they always use the analogy of how energy moves as water. And you know, water is, to a certain extent, stabilized and channeled through its banks. Yes? You could have a bunch of water, but if it wasn't contained, I mean, the function is different. So the meridians have a tendency to be in grooves, as like water in banks around it. So here, this one is right in between the bicep heads. So again, if you feel on yourself, feel that bicipital groove right there, that trough in between the bicep heads. Feel? So you can even see the split here. It's like right in there. Okay? That's where this particular meridian goes. So you want to start here and then right in between here. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this. You can do your fingertips here. I have a tendency to bring the arm up and just sink into it straight down like this. And this one goes right out the center of the forearm. Right through the wrist, center of the wrist, right into the center of the palm, and right out the middle finger.
Which one is that?
Pericardium. L pericardium. You have another question?
What's the pericardium?
Around the heart?
Yes.
Oh, that's what you're talking about earlier.
It's a protective sac around the heart.
I remember.
Bien, mi amigo. Okay, and then the other one is the lung meridian. And the lung meridian starts on the chest like all of these. But if you feel on yourself, feel for the clavicle. Okay, and just below the clavicle, about halfway, you'll feel a little indentation in the muscle. Feel that little indentation? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Yes? Feel? Mm-hmm. Now just one finger width below that, press. Feel a little soreness, perhaps? That's the beginning of lung meridian. Okay, so you feel for the clavicle, you feel for the indentation, and just below that is where it starts. So that's where you start the pressure, somewhere in there. And you come just pressing in there. And this comes over the deltoid, and it comes in between the bicep and the tricep on this side. See that trough right there? And with this position here, you can easily stimulate. And you turn this back here, and then it comes right on the forearm and right out the thumb. So this is lung meridian. Okay? So again, 3 lines. Because it's on this, it's going up the body, and because it's on a softer portion of the body, it's considered. You okay?
I have to cough really bad.
That's okay. It's they're called yin meridians. Okay? And again, one starts in the armpit. This is heart meridian, and it comes in between the bicep and the tricep, and on the forearm, and right onto the hand and out the little finger. The other one is pericardium, which starts on the side of the muscle of the pec, and it comes in between, up, over, and between the bicep heads here, right in that trough, and right through the center of the forearm, and right through the middle of the palm, and right out the middle finger. Okay. And then this last one is lung, where you feel for the clavicle, and you palpate just distal or below the clavicle, and there's a little indentation, and just below that is where the lung meridian starts, and it comes over the deltoid, and it comes in between the bicep on the tricep on this opposite side, or the thumb side. And you press in there and onto the forearm. And right out the pad of the thumb. That's lung meridian. Okay? So now we're going to transition to the other arm. So we'll incorporate a stretch for transition. So we're just going to grab a hold of this over there. Here, and you bring like this, and you take both arms, and you stretch. Oh, baby. Stretch. Yeah. And then you put the arm down that you worked on, then you just simply come across like this, stretch like before. Stretch like before. Sustained stretch to open up the, start stretching the channels, but also opening up the fascia. Then you would go ahead and do the same thing here. Okay? And then you would do the compressions and then the lines. And then you do one more stretch like this. And then we're in position to go into the next segment, which we'll do next week, which is working on the head and neck. Okay? So. Okay, cut.
Why do you stop it?
Red button.